Oh! Stop!
You know who I am? You mess with me, I'm your worst enemy. Touch me again.
Oh, you bitch. You bitch.
Sorry, I thought Ben Gay was supposed to stop with me.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, burns.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring, representing Sports Entertainment Extreme, he is the master of the Spine Buster. This is David Young.
Now you can see by the look on the face of David Young, I think he's still preoccupied, probably worried about the condition of Desire after what went down in the back out there just a couple of minutes ago. But I will say one thing about Kid Cash. His woman problems continue.
Oh, every week it seems like. I think he learned by now.
And the opponent is one half of America's Most Wanted. This is Wildcat Chris Harris.
Let's settle another score. 1 week ago, Anarchy in the Asylum. Chris Harris saw the non-participant David Young interfere, hit a spine buster on his America's Most Wanted tag team partner, James Storm. Well, Chris Harris ran in to help and accidentally led to Storm's elimination. He points the finger at blame at David Young, and I think everybody does at this point in time, and it's a chance for revenge for Chris Harris.
How can you deny Wildcat Chris Harris's sincerity? I mean, I had my doubts early on, but I mean, you can just tell by the look in his eyes how passionate he is about his partner, how he feels about America's Most Wanted. And I know Storm might have some doubts, but I'm telling you, I'm convinced that Chris Harris wants what's best for America's Most Wanted.
And yet to come tonight, that NWA World Tag Team title match, plus the showdown between Sports Entertainment Extreme and the Extreme Revolution, Saturn against Glenn Gilberti, that later on. But look at the southpaw with fire, Wildcat Chris Harris.
Raining blow after blow with his hands and his feet, just giving it to David Young. David Young, he feels, cost him the relationship with James Storm, and he's out to prove to Storm once and for all, and to prove to the world where his loyalties lie, Mike.
Nice series of moves. Follows up the inverted atomic drop with one clothesline, and then charges with another clothesline that sends David Young up and over the top and down to the TNA Asylum floor.
You know, we talk about the aggressive attitude that Jerry Lynn has taken. How about this aggressive attitude that Chris Harris has taken?
Yeah, very similar, and we saw it earlier tonight in that interview with Goldilocks.
Oh, he was on fire!
Almost appeared as if Goldilocks was intimidated by Chris Harris.
Oh, man, he is just totally taking control right here. But I'll tell you what, though. Dave Young has been back in the Sports Entertainment Extreme locker room for a few weeks now, and Chris Harris has got to know anything can happen until Gilberti and Sports Entertainment Extreme's involved.
And of course, we've seen that David Young recently aligned with Sonny Siaki. You know, we asked Siaki a week ago if David Young was actually a card-carrying member of Sports Entertainment Extreme, and he said no, but that David Young certainly has been doing, well, maybe all of his dirty work as of late for Sonny Siaki. What incredible intensity from Chris Harris.
Hey, as far as Chris Harris and anybody in the NWA tradition side is concerned, he's a member whether he is or not at Sports Entertainment Extreme.
Great cross body block off the top by Harris, but only able to get a 2 count on Young. Referee Andrew Thomas down for the count, and I'd love to take another look at the elevation that Harris got off the top rope with that cross body block. Here it is.
The determination. Oh, man, the sound.
Hear the thud?
It was unbelievable.
We go back live. Harris still with the advantage. Attempted a suplex. Blocked, countered by Young. Can Young now get him up and over?
Like you said, David Young just seemed preoccupied when he came in. You know, it's obvious he's got concern for Desire. Every time she seems to get hurt, he always rushes to her rescue. I don't know, maybe he's got some feelings there. I don't know. He's obviously preoccupied with it as here comes the ace in the hole, Sonny Siaki.
The ace in the hole, you're right.
Wow, look at the streak!
Sonny Siaki comes out to ringside, but Chris Harris
just held him up there for it seemed like an eternity.
Just toying with David Young.
With him. I mean, look at that streak!
Eye contact made between Harris and Siaki backs off.
I would too with the attitude that Wildcat Chris Harris has here tonight.
Can't be good, though, for Chris Harris with Sonny Siaki out here, knowing the relationship that Siaki has with David Young. He's going to have to keep his eyes on the ace in the hole.
Oh, absolutely.
Now an opportunity for David Young maybe to get refocused, to get his mind back on this match.
Oh, again!
Nope, caught by the Thez press. The move made famous by the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Lou Thez, and Chris Harris takes down Young, and then rifles off those left hands, and now goes right back to the attack. Look at Siaki.
Oh.
Referee didn't see it. Andrew Thomas never saw that. Siaki jumped up on the ring apron. He pulled down the top rope.
And he's kicking on Chris Harris. Just beating him right here. It's David Young is in the ring, talking to referee Andrew Thomas. Come on.
How many times are we going to see this tonight? This repeated interference on the part of Sports Entertainment Extreme.
Oh, it's all the work of the mastermind of the Sports Entertainment Extreme. Glenn Gilberti has the Sports Entertainment Extreme roster fired up, whatever they can do to destroy every member of the NWA tradition, and then some.
Yeah, and the other factions as well. Remember, he said they're going to take over the entire TNA asylum.
They took out the church earlier.
That's right.
They've got a match with the Revolution later.
And he is the #1 contender to the NWA champ, Jeff Jarrett, as well. David Young going to springboard off the middle.
Oh, man. Caught Chris Harris dead on.
Moonsaults back towards the ring entrance ramp, crashing down into the Wildcat Chris Harris.
Let's see this again. This shows how agile a big guy like David Young can be. I mean, this is unreal. Boom.
Wow. It is interesting. He's known for a power move like the Spinebuster as he rolls into the ring, hooks the leg, and Harris gets the shoulder up it too. David Young is known for power moves like the Spinebuster. But at the same time, he can fly with the best of the X Division wrestlers, as we just witnessed.
Been a different person since he lined up with Sonny Siaki, and here he is taking over right here. Chris Harris, 1-on-2, even though Siaki's outside the ring right now. If he takes his eye off the ball for just a second, it'll come back to haunt him.
The power of David Young takes Chris Harris down to the mat. Referee Thomas looking on, checking to see if there's a chokehold, if the arm of David Young is wrapped around the throat of Chris Harris. And apparently Andrew Thomas is okaying the move. Chris Harris, one half of America's Most Wanted.
Fighting
back up to a knee. And back up now to the full vertical base.
The elbow's going in. Oh, did you see the strength of David Young there?
Cut him right off at the pass. He thought those series of back elbows would enable him to spring towards the ropes, and David Young just pulled him back down.
Well, it looks like David Young's finally got his focus back here, Mike. He came in a little out of line, but right now he's got his focus back, and it's on the match, and what a beautiful suplex right there.
Snap suplex, the follow-up lateral press, and another 2 count.
David Young thought he had 3, but he didn't. We've got to get some kind of order here. We've got to stop this. Keeping the people in their locker rooms where they belong.
Again, David Young just neutralizing Chris Harris. Harris is going to try and get to his feet again. Let's see if he has more success this time. Again, the series of back elbows. And now comes up with left hands, but this time he's stopped with a rake of the eyes, the cheap shot by Young. Duck the clothesline.
Beautiful right there by the Wildcats.
Desperation move.
Goes straight over to Siaki like, back off, buddy.
Levels him with the left arm lariat.
Oh, beautiful move again.
Follows up with the DDT. The pin for 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Siaki pulled Chris Harris's leg, and Andrew Thomas didn't see it. He had him, Mike.
That's the second time we've seen that the positioning outside the ring by Sonny Siaki has been out of view from the referee Andrew Thomas.
Oh, look at the...
Plants him with a full Nelson slam, and no, another 2 count.
Boy, you got to give David Young credit on how he fought out of that. Chris Harris putting it all on the line. There's no doubt about his loyalty now, Mike.
Harris is going to have to dig deep, though. He's going to have to get that extra energy reserve against Young, who reverses him off into the ropes.
Oh, man!
Elevates him, and in mid-move takes him down with a stunner-type move, and now drapes the arm across for two.
Oh, he fought it out.
Didn't have good weight positioning across Harris.
right.
That enabled Harris to get the shoulder roll, to get the arm up, and to avoid the 3 count.
But how impressive is David Young here tonight? That's on a couple occasions that Wildcat Harris had him. I know once there, Siaki pulled him off.
It's really been like a tale of 2 matchups.
Yes.
With Chris Harris in total control in the early going.
There it
The
is.
spear could get him back on target. Can the momentum shift back to Chris Harris?
David Young took his eye off the ball for just 1 second, and Chris Harris took advantage of it, Mike.
Siaki in the ring again. And again behind the back of the referee.
No!
Doubles him over with the boot and lays him out with the Siak lips, and now there it is. He laid him up on a platter for David Young.
Again, we see the interference. Again, Sports Entertainment Extreme is going to steal another one, Mike. They're going to steal another one.
David Young slow to make the cover.
He's still shook up from that spear.
Here it is.
He's got
Here's
it.
1. Here's 2.
No! He fought it out. All right. Siaki can't believe it. He can't believe it.
Well, when everything else fails,
Grab a
if you're,
chair.
yeah, if you're part of Sports Entertainment Extreme, you go to the chair right in front of the referee, Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas right now has lost control here.
Siaki wedging that chair between the top and middle rope. Here comes James Storm, Tennessee Cowboy.
Beautiful kick. Just kicked him right out of the ring, Mike.
Here to make the save for his America's Most Wanted partner. Wildcat Chris Harris is the Tennessee Cowboy. James Storm all over Siaki.
He's just beating him back there toward the locker room.
He's taking it in the right direction, getting away from the ring.
I guess James Storm now knows how Chris Harris feels about him, and he's coming to his aid. It's great to see America's Most Wanted together.
Yeah, they're working as a team for once, even though one's way on one side of the asylum, and meanwhile in the ring,
wait a minute.
Christopher Daniels,
why
the
did he go
Harris
towards
brothers.
that locker room?
He was trying to take him back towards the sex locker room to get him away from ringside, and he fell right into the trap.
They just hauled him in and shut the door. Now, Chris Harris, the only good thing I can say about it is, and it's not much, is that finally it's one-on-one with Harris and Young. Oh, what a beautiful job by David Young.
Harris was charging towards him. Maybe he was going to go for another spear. Sent him right into that chair. No!
Two.
No!
No, he fought
It is
out.
no! It is
He
no!
did not get it. Oh, David Young is ticked off.
That's putting it mildly.
Oh, I thought he had him when just the force in which he threw Wildcat into that chair.
David Young just can't believe
The
it.
chair is almost smashed to pieces. Wait, David Young going for it. Oh! Wildcat was waiting for it. And here it comes.
Find him up.
Count it down.
There it is. Pin him. Pin him.
1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match, Wildcat Chris Harris.
Holy cow.
But he's got no idea what happened to his tag team partner. Nor
And
do
we
we.
have no idea what happened to him. And he's looking for him, it looks like. He's looking.
Someone needs to tell him.
He's in the Sports Entertainment Extreme locker room. The crowd is motioning him on, telling him.
Crowd around ringside motioning to Chris Harris that his tag partner, James Storm,
He's
he
in the
was taken to the
locker
back
room.
in the
Back
sixth
in the
locker
locker
room.
room.
Back there. And here he goes.
Whoa!
Oh, they just took James Storm and they just threw
Oh,
him.
he's a bloody mess.
Oh my God.
They just, that was sadistic. That was sadistic.
Go stand there,
What the hell were they doing behind closed doors to James Storm?
No, obviously just beating the crap out of him. Look at him.
He's just covered in blood.
Oh, man, something has got to be done. Oh, Mike.
Wow.
Gilberti he didn't get Harris, but he got Storm.
Oh boy, the impact again. Yet another week that Glenn Gilberti's been having, and guess what? Now I understand that Gilberti's again demanding to have the camera. Well, we've been following him all night. What the hell? Take the camera back on Gilberti.
You think Raven gives a shit about you guys, huh? You think Raven gives a rat's ass about either one of you? Do you know where Raven is tonight?